G'day everyone, Nick Walsh from 2 Clicks Up, back again. Finally we're back onto the 22-250. I've been trying to get at this, but just certain things have occurred and haven't allowed me to do it over the last few months, but here we are. We're here anyway, so that's all that matters. The last shooting trip I did was back in September of 2018. I found I wasn't shooting very well. This gun was thrown all over the place, and when I came home, I found at least one of the ring screws was loose. So that's one thing that might have been causing it. Who knows? It probably was me as well. So, but what we're going to do is we're going to pull the gun apart. We're going to muck around the stock a little bit. The stock's already floated. We're already happy with that. It's got the power bedding in it, so we're not going to do any bedding in it at all. That's fine the way that is. We're going to stabilise this cheap plastic stock, and with that we're going to use some fiberglass resin. Just the resin, not putting matting in it, and obviously your hardener, got some modelling clay or Play-Doh, whatever you want to call it, from Dollar Wally's cheap shop. But make a little dam to stop it running back to where it doesn't need to. A few little tongue depressors, little level, very important. Mixing bowls, obviously a spanner to pull your gun apart. Some masking tape, very important to mask up where you don't, so you don't spill anything on anything. And it's very important to have a rag too. If you do spill any somewhere, get it off real quick. Okay. And also we've got our little electric Dremel, a few little grinding bits. We'll use that. We'll use that a bit later. So what we'll do is we're going to pull the action out of the stock. I'm not going to film that because that's as dry as dust as far as I'm concerned. And then we'll come back when we've got the action out of the stock, and we'll go from there. Right, the stock's off. Sorry, the action's out of the stock, and everything's all hunky-dory now. Now, if we have a look at that, they call it power bedding or power block or something. It's what Ruger call it. They don't have a recoil lug as such. They sit in those blocks there. That's the back action screw, the front action screw, and the barrel action. It sits in there absolutely perfectly, same spot every time. You click in there. Whereas where you're trying to find a Savage or something like that with the big recoil lug hanging down, you've got to find it. This thing will just click in there all the time. So as that sits nice and up off the stock. So we're not gonna bet. There's no bedding required there at all, none at all. So that'd be a really good thing for all rifles. That replaces pillar bedding. That's really nice. I do like that idea. So what we're going to do first with our Dremel is we're just going to rough up these little bits just in here, just in the stock there, and we're going to fill those. I'm going to fill those with fiberglass resin. Okay, and we're just going to fill it up just below the lip. Now what that's going to do, this is only a 22 caliber centerfire rifle. There's no great recoil on this. What we're trying to do now is just put a little bit of weight in it just to steady that stock up. And it's pretty good. It's pretty good. It doesn't twist. There's a little bit of twist in it, but not much. So we'll just put some resin in there, just to steady that up, and we'll go from there. Okay. All right. So I'll mix this resin up. I've got this fiberglass resin. I'm going to have a dead dog too if it keeps barking, like that. All right. We've got our little mixing bowls, mixing cups, whatever you want to call them. Where's my spatula? Trying to get this on our hands or on anything. It's just horrible stuff. Now what we'll do first, before we mix it up, I think I've got it set in front of myself, we'll mix up a bit of this modelling clay. They call it modelling clay. It's just basically kids' Play-Doh. There's nothing flash about this stuff. You buy this stuff at Dollar Wally's or whatever it is. It's been out here in the shed a bit longer, so it gets gone a bit shitty, but anyway, work that out. Yeah, it's gone very shitty actually. We'll work that out. So we don't want that to come past there. So we'll make a little dam up. Sitting there like that, if we can get any moisture back in this. I think this had it. I have to throw this away, I think, but we'll see how we go. Let's put a little dam in there. Absolutely not high tech at all, this stuff. I'll have to put some of this in, buy some more of this and put it in the fridge, I think. Put that out of there, just so that just doesn't run back to where we don't want it. And once we level it up, it shouldn't go past the front. Now, there's a little swivel, little swivel hole here. We're just going to put a little bit in there, just so it doesn't, where'd that go? In there, see? Fell in. Alright, so what we want to do is just get that in there like that. There it goes. We won't make this too deep with this resin stuff. And we're right now. So what we do with this, we can pour this in here without making too much of a mess. Rag that off. Now if you don't over mix too much because you throw too much away, this stuff's really too dear to throw away. So we'll cap it back on like that, just sit in there. And we'll put a little bit of our hardener, MKMP or whatever they used to call it, they just call it catalyst hardener now. And I don't know the ratio, I'm going to put a squirt, a little few drops. You don't have to put much in, that'll be 4, 5, 6, 7, 9 drops, that'll do. That's heaps for that lot. We'll mask this up. So I had a bit of a look in there, he's reasonably rough in there, so we're not going to bother doing that. He's reasonably rough inside there. Give him a little going over and see what happens. Better. Yeah, just got a few little scratches in there. That'll just give the resin just something to bind to. Okay, here we go. A good stir up. That's quite pourable at the moment. So there we go. Put him on there, and we'll see if we can pour him in here without making too much of a mess. We're trying to go over that little plasticine lump there so we can get him out, and looks like he's going to come out nicely, I think. We'll dig him out if we have to, it's alright. Whoops. That one will just settle down a little bit now. There we go. Now all that should do is just steady the stock. That's all we want it to do. Just steady the stock up. Now that should dry. A bit of a look. These ones here are a bit short. Right, that should dry nice and flat in there. If that lip like expands for any reason, we can just grind that out. We'll just get a little Dremel, we'll just grind that out if it's a little bit high. So that's fine. So that's the stock done to this point. What we'll do after this is dry, we're going to leave this for a full 24 hours. Now we're finished with that. We're going to take the butt pad off, the recoil pad off, and there should be a big hollow cavern in there. Yes, that sounds nice and hollow. And what we'll do with that, we're going to fill that up with some no more gaps. And as I said, we're not trying to add great weight to the stock. I forgot to weigh the stock before we did this, which is, pardon me, my bad. But that's the way it goes. So we'll leave this now. This is done for 24 hours. I can't really see much more point in hanging around looking at this. This has just got to do its own thing now.
The next day.
Okay, and we're back again. It's about 24 hours later, and that resin in there, you'll see in the stock there, it's hard. There's just a couple of little bits of the tacky, so we'll just leave that overnight. It's the ambient light that'll make that go off. I've had it sit in the shed all day, so might be a little bit slower to go off, so that's the way it goes. But it'll work, it's fine. Now I've pulled the recoil pad off so I can fill the back of the stock, and this one just comes off with the screws. That's okay, that's fine. Now, in their stocks they put a piece of Kool-Aid. Nice and cheap, this dirty old Kool-Aid. So we're going to try and dig that out or push it, pull it out, whatever we can do. If we don't want it, so if we break it, we break it. Oh, here it comes. Quite often it doesn't come out as easy as that. So that's out now. So what we will in there now, I don't know if you can see that. That's my hand going right in there. Nice big open cavern. Big open hole in there. That's about as hollow as it gets. So what we're going to try and do is we're going to fill it up with a bit of this Bunnings Parafix gap filler. It's white, it comes out white, it's just for like filling gaps in gutters and all that sort of thing. You can get clear, it really doesn't matter what colour you get because this will go back under your recoil pad, you won't see it. Now we'll fill it to just under the top of the thread, little thread holes there. We'll fill it to under that and we'll let it sit for a little bit. This may expand a bit, so we might put the recoil pad on it, back on it sort of this evening, and then we'll be right. And we'll be right. So what we're going to do is we're going to hang it up on the wall, because you've got to hang it up like that. It's got to sit like that, nice and straight. And I'll do that. I'll get up and I'll just hang it up against the wall. Oops. I think that's it, that one's finished. So we'll change the tin, we'll put another one in, let that settle down a bit. That's about as far as we're wanting to go. So we'll get a little tongue depressor and just push that around in there a little bit. Farm it round a bit. Away from everything. Pop some of the air out of it. And that's pretty solid in there. Concrete or I ain't. Right, there we go. That's that. Now that's about 1.5 tubes of this stuff. And this stuff's about $2.30, it's got 48% of Bunnings. So if you throw away half a tube, it's not the end of the world. It's really, really not the end of the world. Alright, we're done. We've got the stock off the wall. Our little gap filler started to tack up. That's obviously still fairly soft in there, and we'll probably could have got a little bit more up in the corners there, but that's life. It looks a little bit ugly in there, but we'll put the recoil pad back on. This is usually a ton of fun to do. Anyway, we'll get him on in a minute. And the last thing we'll do, before we finish, we'll put one of these buttstock shell holders on. A little $3 eBay special. Much easier to put on like this than when there's a stock scopes and everything in the way or all that. So you just pull him down there like that.
12 seconds later.
And there we go. Put a bit longer stock there somewhere, flatten him out. And there we go, there's our buttstock. Like that. Good as gold. That's a $3 eBay special, costs about $3 from eBay, a little Chinese thing, but that's alright. There we go. Alright, that's basically the stock done. I'm going to put that in the rack and leave it outside to open the ambient light just to get the last of this resin tacked off. Doing the scope mouse on the other hand, we've run a little bit of a hitch and we've got a screw stuck in the top of the barrel around one of the bases, so I'm going to have to work out how to get that out, but that's for another day. Alright, see ya.